мальчика.
Yes, you heard right. That was actually the voice of a female soldier shouting to another, probably female soldier. Hello there, my Battlefield friends and fans. Welcome back to Battlefield 1. Console gamers finally got access to the CTE, which is the community test environment, if you have Premium Pass, of course. If you have access to the CTE, you can help test new features, improved and changed content and experiments that aren't yet or may never be ready for public release. So for example, you can play on the map Lobco Pass, which you see here, which will be released in the next DLC and is called in the name of the SAR and should come out this month still. And most Battlefield players just love snowy winter maps, and DICE is listening, and so of course they had to add a DLC with snow, and much to my pleasure, because I'm just one of those gamers who just love to play games that are in snowy areas, especially since I grew up in the snow. So this map makes you literally feel the cold beneath your feet when you run around, and because of the high altitudes and deep valleys, there's plenty of cover and great spots for snipers, as you can see here. And I actually went into this map without knowing anything about this DLC or have never seen this map before, because I purposely tried to avoid any YouTube videos about it, because I wanted to get into this with a fresh mind and just have it all new to me. And right away I realized that there are absolutely no vehicles in this map, well, besides the train that you see right below, which is the behemoth that the enemy team just called in. But there are no tanks and no artillery trucks, no nothing like that. The only measure of transportation are horses, and they have become more aggressive than ever. Well, not the horses themselves, but actually the guys that ride the horses, especially since they can now use lancers to poke right through you. I personally haven't tried to use any of the horses yet in the CTE, but I'm pretty sure they already have improved them before the DLC comes out, because it seems like people are love to use the horses, and I would not blame them if they function a lot better. It seems like it's easier to kill the enemy with them, and that's a little bit of a grief, because I always thought horses were already a little bit overpowered before, because they could literally like approach you and get you from like a distance that was a little bit unrealistic, and I feel like that's still happening, but I may be wrong, I don't know, it just felt like that. And since there are no vehicles and not a horse for just everyone, you actually find yourself traveling on foot quite a bit. You have to do a lot of walking from one hill to the other, but it really never gets boring, because it's not that you have like wide open fields. You have this hilly area and the valleys and all the trees and the rocks, and so you have a lot of chances to hide and kind of make sure you can flank the enemy before you get spotted by a sniper. So it makes this environment exceedingly interesting and creative. And while at first glance you think, oh, some designer here just kind of put a lot of hills and valleys in and put a bunch of trees in and then called it a day, there's actually a lot more to this map. A lot of thinking was put into this map, and I have to give kudos to whoever designed this. It's very, very well designed, in my opinion. So what do I think about the CTE that's now available to almost everyone? Well, while it is exciting to try out new maps before they are released, I have mixed feelings about the CTE. It used to be that we only saw glimpses of an upcoming DLC, and everyone had access to the DLC at the same time, making a DLC release a huge deal and some really exciting event. But then they gave PC players access to the CTE, and all of a sudden we started to see more and more YouTube videos with gameplay on maps that were far from being released. And now with everyone having access to the CTE, or almost everyone, we all play the new DLC before it gets released, which makes a new DLC less exciting. It almost feels like you open up a Christmas present before Christmas, then rewrap it in order to open it up again on Christmas and actually already know what you're getting. So it kind of takes away a little bit the excitement and the fun and the looking forward to something new, because you just, you know, this DLC comes out and you're like, well, I've already played all those maps, I'm just gonna now play more of it. So that's kind of like the issue I have with it. But back to this DLC or this map, did women soldiers really exist in World War I? It seems at first that you think, well, oh, that's totally unrealistic. But women in World War I were actually mobilized in unprecedented numbers on all sides. The vast majority of those women were drafted into the civilian workforce to replace conscripted men or work in greatly expanded munition factories. Thousands served in the military in support roles, for example as nurses, but in Russia some saw combat as well, so there you have it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up or leave a comment or both. And I hope I see you next time when we play some more Battlefield. I don't know if it's going to be a different CT map or just a regular Battlefield. Happy gaming and see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.